Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's me, your boy Emmanuel G. And if you're here, you're tuned into all things love, because that's what I love to talk about. I always keep saying I'm a lover, not a fighter. But when I fight for love. See what I did there? Yeah. Anyway, I am the founder and CEO of iVow. iVow is an organization simply that seeks to preserve the sanctity of marriage and ensure that we equip couples or everyone out there with tools that help them to enjoy strong, thriving, lasting relationships. So today I want to talk about something that I constantly get asked by people out there. So how do you keep the fire burning? How do you keep the spark going on? How do you maintain that goodness and that yumminess of what relationships are? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, we all experience this thing that I like to call the exhale moment. For those of you who have been on the channel, you probably have heard me talk about this exhale moment. Now, basically, the exhale moment is, picture this. Imagine there's a party that's happening somewhere. And then there's this lady, and she's been invited to this party. And this lady, has to show up for the party. And so what happens is typically, they will doll up, they will get all done up, get the face beat, get some funkin' fancy, clothes on, and rock up to that party, and they'll be like totally slaying. Yeah, I'm learning this language. Yeah. So anyway, they'll be totally slaying and show up to the party, and man, they'll be looking good. Every picture that you take at at that moment, it'll be like all so perfect. Now, what's the first thing that you notice, that once the party has ended, that happens? Typically, this is what happens. You say your byes and all that, and by the time the woman gets to into the car, the first thing that they take off is the shoes. They're just like, oh my God, this heels. Oh my God, this heels. They're killing me. And they put on their flats or their rubber shoes or sneakers, whatever it is that's comfortable. And then by the time they get to the house, the first thing after they do, close the door, is get rid of their, the handbag or their little purse or whatever it is, the clutch purse that they have, and they go to the bathroom. If they were doing a weave, that's the first thing that will go. Fix their hair, they'll do their makeup, the Spanx will go, the bra will go, and then they get comfortable and put on the baggie, and then they kind of chill, because now this is what they really enjoy, and now they're in their place of comfort. They don't have to be all done up for anybody. Now, guys, the moment we say I do, whether it's a church wedding, whether it's a customary traditional wedding, or whether it's a civil wedding, there's something that just happens to us, that we kind of get into our comfort zone, that we kind of get to our chill place, and then the true us begins to happen. The marketing phase of our relationships is done. And now it is me in my true self, my true nature. The talking that I used to do before, which was measured and composed and well thought out, that talking is no longer there. The meals that I used to prepare then, we just can have sandwiches, for all I care. All you need to do is get full. So there's a lot of things that then begin to change. And I often hear this as many, if I had $1 for how many times I had this, I would be giving Jeff Bezos competition on the Forbes richest people. But it's crazy how many people will come and say, he has changed. He has changed so much. He's not like he used to be. He used to wine and dine me. No, that was marketing. That was the marketing phase to get you. That was not the original person. So now you're in this relationship, and it's interesting that once we get into this place, it's funny, but a lot of people end up taking the husband role, the wife role, And then eventually the father role, the mother role, and the friendship role kind of dissipates and disappears. And this is where people now begin saying, can you really bring back the spark? Can you really reignite the fire in the marriage? And unfortunately, in different spaces, there's different things that we have been told. But today, allow me to share with you what I feel is the most, what I feel is what we can do as couples out there or as individuals out there to begin to enhance, our relationships so that we can enjoy the passionate relationships or the fire within the relationships. Now, for you to enjoy a successful relationship, it's important for you to think about it holistically. All right? And we're going to be talking about 4 different things that we can do to enjoy that. All right? So in this video, part 1, I'm going to be talking about the social intimacy. What is social intimacy? Basically, social intimacy is the friendship part of your relationship. This is the buddy part. This is the part where you build, the conversations and things like that, and the things that we do together, and basically, just get to enjoy each other as individuals. And it's important for us to consider social intimacy because this ties in bringing you closer together as a couple. But also enhancing your intimacy and enhancing, your friendship and the energy that is there within your relationship. Now, how can you enhance this social intimacy? Allow me to suggest a couple of things. The first one is take interest in your spouse's interests and passions. Take interest in your spouse's interests and passions. Now, typically, we are very selfish-natured as human beings. And in our selfish nature, we want the other person to take interest in our things, but we don't want to take the interest in their things. Now, allow me to share one thing that I did a few years back. Now, one of the things I thoroughly despise, I do not like, I hate, is shopping. Guys, I do not even see the point of shopping, of even going window shopping. I don't see the point of it. My wife, Mrs. Me, loves shopping. I mean, we can go from mall to mall to mall to mall to mall to mall. Did I say to mall? Because we can go to every single mall that is available in the city just to check out the different clothes, different shoes, different handbags, all that stuff. And I'm just like, why are we doing all this? I mean, you need to know what it is that you want and then just go get it, and that's it. So now I remember she would drag me on her shopping sprees where we are buying nothing. It's more window shopping. And I would just walk along and I would end up sitting on the bench. The guy bench they put in every mall? Yeah, where the guys sit while we're waiting for our wives and we're constantly on the phone, catching up with somebody or on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I used to sit on that bench. And then one day I chose, okay, let me go in and let me see what happens in this store. So we went into this department store and she goes, she's looking at everything, clothes, trying one thing after the other. And I decided, let me have fun with her. Let me have some fun with her. And so this is what I decided to do. I decided to go and get something which I thought was wild and crazy. And I brought it to her and I was just like, "Ooh, babe, try this one on." And she was like, "That one? No, that's like so ugly." And I said, "No, you try it. Just try it. So she went and tried it, and then we laughed about it, and it was funny. So I went and found something else. This one was really, really sexy, y'all. This was really, really sexy. So I said, "Go and try this, and let me know if there's plenty of room in there so that I can join you." And she was like, stop being naughty, and stuff like that. And let me tell you, when we were done with that whole shopping spree, I have never seen my wife so lit up, so energized. She was so close to me. And I was just like, oh man, I may have just cracked something. I may just have cracked the code on how to really enjoy this. So I made it, one of the things that I like and enjoy doing. And guess what? I don't go shopping for the things that we'll find there or buy stuff. I just go there to spend time with her, and she really ends up enjoying it. The moments when I don't get into it, it's almost like, it's one of those dull things. We get into the car, nobody talks until we get home. So take interest in your partner's things. Whether it's him and he loves that sports team, buy a jersey, put your name on it. Sometimes even during the game, just make some chips or whatever, some snacks so that you guys can enjoy. Just be connected with your person as they enjoy their passions and their interests. The second thing is develop common friends. I think this one is very important. What we tend to do is we tend to isolate ourselves with our friends. And we do not want to take time to learn about our partner's friends. So it's important for us to take a moment to get, common friends who we share the same values, friends who we can connect with, friends who we can say, we are going camping, we are going, to bowling, we are going, to the club, whatever it is that you do, together. But friends whom can also, remove you from that cocoon of just the two of you, so that you can have other people where you're spreading your friendship and having fun together. So it's important for you to develop common friends whom you can also be accountability partners with. You can also be able to share some of the struggles that you're going through and support them and be able to grow together with those friends. Another thing that this one is not as common and a lot of people don't ever think about it is take turns to intellectually, or rather to grow intellectually, with each other. Well, basically what this means is there are some people who you will find the man or the woman has gone done a PhD, is a philosopher, and thinks critically. But for this person to be able to think and enjoy a hot, a good intellectual conversation, they have to go and find people of of their caliber out there. And typically it's people who are probably in the same career as they are. They can't enjoy this at home. Imagine how much more stimulating it would be for you if you were able to engage somebody who, at their intellectual level. So I encourage you, take time to grow intellectually with each other. If you're doing a master's, make sure they now go and do their master's. If you're doing a PhD, and of course it depends on whether that's your thing and that's what you want to do. So just ensure that you grow and develop yourselves intellectually. Develop yourselves intellectually. The last thing, and this one is one that I've come to really enjoy. Find a cause that you believe in and pursue it together with your partner. Now, my wife and I, we love children. We love especially volunteering at homeless children's shelter, homeless children's homes, whatever that is. Yeah, the homeless children's, their residence, wherever they stay. So we typically would take a weekend and then just go and volunteer. And man, there's nothing more beautiful than giving back to humanity. One of the other passions that we have is we have a passion for the old people. In our context of where we live, there's no homes for the elderly and things like that. And one of the things we want to do is hopefully when it's all said and done and they're burying us 6 feet under, that we would have, impacted that within our nation. The other thing is that, because of the things that we have gone through in marriage and in relationships, we are giving back to other couples. So in our church, we serve within the marriage ministry of the church. And because, we've been parents for now 18 years. Yeah, guys, I have an 18-year-old. That's a full adult. Man, I'm old. Anyway, but we partner together with, in the parenting, ministry in church, so that we can help others, grow together. And what this does is these things, help us build our intimacy with each other and help us grow and just become closer to each other. So guys, that is social intimacy. And that's one of the things that I want to encourage us to adopt within our relationships, just so that we can begin, to draw closer to each other and begin to enjoy strong, healthy relationships. Now, in part 2, I'm going to be talking about emotional intimacy. Then in part 3, I will talk about spiritual intimacy. And in part 4, I'll talk about the one we all want to hear about, that's sexual intimacy. So tune in and watch out for those different parts on our social media sites. My name is Emmanuel G. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and share this video with as many friends as you can, so that you can also impact other relationships out there. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Emmanuel G, and I'm out.